This is just a very brief revisiting of the Schoenberg Fantasy. I don't have much time, but I thought I'd show that every little bit counts. Every little bit of time. Sometimes you need to grab it. When I first became a college teacher, for example, I discovered that practicing in 5 and 15-minute increments, which was often all that was available to me during my workday, was a very important thing, because you have to grab those opportunities where they present themselves. So here we are. Note reading and counting are two primary issues to just get started before really getting the feel, the flavor of this piece. So, less than 1 second for a beat. 1, 52. I'm playing the violin part. Yeah, so it's 4, 1, 2. Dot, 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 dum. I'm counting 16ths. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 2. I even have that low G flat identified. So, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Misreading there. This is 5 going into 6. I guess I'm going to use 1, 4, 5. A little bit clumsy. Be easy enough with the left and right hand not interfering with one another so much, but I'm misreading because the right hand is actually up an octave higher. How nice is that? Very thoughtful of Schoenberg. Yes, indeed. Well, that makes a big difference. 2, 3, 4, way up here. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. Ah, there's only 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. That's it. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 1, 1. Okay, let me try that again. 1 from 7. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 1. So, in this case, my interaction with the score is a very important thing, because my eyes, whether it be shifting from here to there, depending on how I arrange these pages or how they are in the score, or whether I do them electronically, I'm going to need to orient to the keyboard first to know where I'm going. If I stare at this music on the in the score and don't know where to put my hands, then I'm in trouble. I think a lot of people who are torn between a piece that's memorized and a piece that's not memorized and don't know exactly where their reference points are. In other words, are they relying on what the score says? Are they relying on what's in here? And very often for chamber musicians, when we play with the music in front of us, we have to choreograph where our attention goes. Does it go on the score? And at this point, if I'm really concentrating on the score, I'll never find my way here in time. So it's 1, 2, and 3, 1. All my thought went to where my left hand is going to be placed. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that was a little shaky because suspected, I wasn't sure whether the last notation in the left hand was in treble clef, which it still is. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 3. I've got to be awfully careful with the accuracy of these chords because they're not always intuitive. 3. So F natural here. Why? Actually, I can't think of a single reason why Schoenberg wrote that courtesy F natural. There's no other F sharp in the measure. There's an F natural here. 3. So 1. Okay, let me go back. 2, 10. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Whoops. Even more interesting with that shift. 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that becomes something that my hand and my ear both end up finding memorable, that I don't just sit there statically as I would here. There's a shift here, and then that becomes a compressed shift. So 3, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here it's worth fingering notation. 5, 3 in the right hand. That gives me 2 and 1 free to play the bottom chord. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Boy, that's visually disorienting because of the broken chord that bisects the bar entirely. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 1, 2, 2. Right away. 1, 2, 1, 2. It helps to recognize that my right hand is already in position, so it acts as an orientation point. It also means that I'm changing my fingering to suit that need. I'm going to go 2, 5, pardon my dropping of implements. Then my right hand doesn't have to move at all. I can devote my attention to getting my left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. No. Okay. 1. Interestingly, the 2 notes of the right hand crossing over are transposed down here to the chord. So I'm going 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So I need 1 and 1 and 2. Need to notate this fingering. misplacing my pencils. That should be on my checklist of things to do. Have the pencil that's really working immediately and always available in the same place. And this is not the one. As you can see, that can foil the best intentions, just that simple little thing. Lost my way. This is fun. One. It's worth it often, even though my ear and my mind need the completion of the two hands interacting with one another, because very often they're playing one continuous line. It's important to recognize choreographically where the one hand goes. In this case, this is in 17. Just how my hand gets placed on that tritone. And for me, it's not a question of reaching, but finding my hand more comfortably in my standard tritone black-white fingering. So there it is. That also sets up my right hand. 3, 4 and 4 and 1. Oh, 4. It's a 30-second note now. That makes me suspicious that this little gesture, that maybe I've missed a 30-second note somewhere else. No, I believe this is the first time that there's a single 30-second note used anachronistically, if one can say that, as a pickup to a half beat. But it really is the case that it's the second 30-second note of the measure, preceded by a 30-second note rest. 1, 2, yeah, so this would be and. 1, 1, and. No. 2 30-second notes, not even going to and. And 2, and 3, and 4, 4, 4. Boy, and then very small detail, a 16th note with a dot, 16th note rest with a dot. That means 1, 2, 3 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, oh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I'm counting 16ths. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 4. And going to and. Well, that helps in these cases. They're both pickups to and. This one isn't. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1. In my experience, I've discovered that if you can define the arrival point, it's much easier to get short notes in or to play offbeats, for example, violin, second violin-like or viola-like, that if you have the anticipation of a strong beat, or of an arrival point at least, that's much easier than having to follow a strong rhythmic impulse. So 1 and, for example, I'm at 18. 1 and, that I'm not thinking of coming after 1, but thinking of preceding and. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4, and 1. I think that's right. 1, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2. It starts to fall into place. It starts to make sense. And there are, of course, other elements that the violin contributes that will potentially make it simpler and more persuasive as a result of the dovetailing. So 4, 4, 4. Obviously, I've worked out a fingering. triplets. The violinist starts and plays eighth note triplets, so he's going 1, 2, 3, 1, and I'm going 1, 2, 3. I'm not convinced I understand the marking here. It says forte piano. No, I think I do. Because it was placed in a funny place, as if the violinist alone plays forte and then I come in soft. But I think there's a little piano intrusion there. And I need to mark 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. Schoenberg's hand division is appropriate for me. I think it is. That's what happens. It's easy enough. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 with a retard. Still retarding through the next measure. 1 and 2. Grouping is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, reasonable. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Consordino. Well, I think I have to go now. So we'll continue this, but I think it feels at least a wee bit more comfortable than it did when I went through it the first time. See you later.